Well, hey there. Happy Friday and welcome to Fox 46 Now, Charlotte's only digital newscast. I'm Brian Blakely. Well, tonight it is a Holy Week for many, and with the holiday weekend here, celebrations are going to look very different with families unable to gather and go to church or have events like Easter egg hunts. Fox 46 is getting results for you, though. We are speaking with a digital strategist, motivational speaker. There she is, Rashonda Pratt. You know her from being on Good Day Charlotte. She's awesome. She's wonderful. She's going to be here to talk about how you can celebrate this Easter and how you can see your loved ones at this very special time with respect to the social distancing and do the digital route. And also, we're going to talk to her about a little love. Yeah. Online dating. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing about that because she's got some tips for you. It does happen. And as always, we want to hear from you. If you've got questions, hit us up on Facebook right now. Whatever they are, we want to hear from you. We're going to hear some of those comments. We'll read them out loud. There are just some of the difficulties that families are facing right now. It's very emotional. Your time away from your families, or you're segregated at home in your little space that you have, trying to find out how to hang and celebrate. So Fox 46 is getting results for you. We're speaking with a digital strategist and motivational speaker tonight, Rashonda Pratt. She's going to talk about how you can celebrate this Easter with your family and loved ones while respecting social distancing. And yes, we are going to talk a little love afterwards. Online dating. You think it would be tough this time, but she's got some tips for you on how you can manage that. Hey, Rashonda, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thank you so much for having me, and happy early birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate that very much. I get to celebrate it with family, which is, it seems like we're all being closer together now. So that is a good thing, but you can't go see the rest of your family and friends, which is tough these days.
Yeah, we have to get a little bit of creative and innovative. My kids were really bummed that we weren't able to celebrate the traditional Easter thing by going to Grandma and Papa's house for the Easter egg hunt. But I told them that this is a great time for us to get innovative. And one of the ways to get innovative is, as you mentioned earlier, a lot of services, a lot of churches, synagogues are streaming their service online. So it's a great opportunity for you to get dressed up. Yes, I said get dressed up in your Easter best and attend your streaming service. Because after you attend your streaming service, you can pull out your tripod, set the timer on your smart device, and take that family picture. Again, make sure you guys are socially distancing, but you can still take the family photo that you take every year for Easter. The other thing, Zoom has grown in popularity since we have been quarantined. We're using Zoom right now. And one of the things that you can do is you can host a virtual family dinner or play a family game with extended family. That's one of the things that we've been doing here at our home to stay connected with our loved ones. We've been using a lot of FaceTime and Zoom to stay connected with loved ones. And when it comes to the famous Easter egg hunt, right? Everybody still wants to participate in the Easter egg hunt. Real Simple Magazine suggests hosting an Easter quarantine egg hunt, just like it sounds, on a chat app like FaceTime or WhatsApp. This is how it works. You hide eggs within your camera space, and each player has 3 chances to guess where the egg might be. We're actually going to try that with our kids. The other version of that is snap a pic of hidden eggs, text it out to some people, and have them the eggs, what they see, and the first person who texts you back and circles all the eggs wins a prize that you'll mail out to them after the quarantine. And as far as the Easter basket is concerned, because my kids were very concerned about their Easter basket, rethink it this year. So include homemade items, sweet treats, or just take an IOU from the Easter Bunny.
I love it. Those are great. That's fantastic. That's a great way to hang out and have fun with your family and do it, in a smart way, in a traditional, not the traditional way, but it's a way you can have fun with everybody.
Yeah, this is a great way to get creative. My kids don't even know this yet. My husband took them out so I can talk to you in peace. But one of the things that we're doing this year is I bought some rocks from the craft store. We also had some rocks we found in our neighborhood. And so we're going to have a sermonette or a moment of reflection after our virtual Easter service where we're going to take rocks because Jesus is considered the rock. And we're going to paint rocks. And then we're going to decorate the outside of our home with our painted rocks. It's an opportunity for them to still have the hands-on craft, even though we have to do things a little bit differently this year.
I love it. And I'm so happy to hear that. And I'm so happy to hear that your family's right around you because on Good Day Charlotte this morning, Rashonda, we
Oh,
heard
my.
that fire alarm sounding thing that went off with your kids were hanging out the house.
All my time of doing a virtual television segment, never ever has the alarm clock, the house alarm gone off, except when my son decided he wanted to get something out of the garage and it's going off and it's blaring. And I'm sitting here saying, I'm live on TV. This is real life. This is what quarantine looks like with 3 kids.
Oh, I love it. It's so fantastic. And one of the things I want to get back to you about saying dressing up for Easter, I
Yes.
think that is so kind of important in so many ways because it's about the self-esteem and also the traditions of dressing up and going to Easter service, no matter what it is for you and how you do celebrate. But that kind of gets you in the mood too. And it feels like a little bit of normalcy.
Exactly. It's the whole thought of though I'm working from home or I'm working remotely, still get dressed up for your day. So even if it's you're putting on a nice, as I like to say, professional at the top, party at the bottom, maybe you need to change from out of your pajamas and go professional all the way throughout the day because it creates this thought in you that though we are in abnormal circumstances and situations that can be very overwhelming for people, I'm still going to try to have some sense of normalcy. And that was one of the things that my kids really drove home. They said, Mom, Dad, we still want to dress up for Easter. We do it every year, and though we're going to be watching our service from home, we still want that opportunity to do that.
Yeah, Tara Lane, our chief meteorologist here at Fox, was telling us that the rain obviously is going to be moving in on Sunday. So getting outside probably in the afternoon is when the storms are going to hit. So I was thinking, why don't we have
Good.
some sort of outdoor kind of Easter egg hunt or something like that just to get outside in your yard. And you can still do that too. And also I was noticing our neighbors across the street, they're going to try to do something around where obviously respect to the social distancing, which I think everybody really kind of respects right now in the neighborhood. They really make sure that
Yes.
we do that, but still try to get outside and have some sort of interaction in some way.
I love that you brought up the neighborhood aspect. One of my Facebook followers suggested, and it's something that she's seeing in her neighborhood, they're having kids in the neighborhood do a walking Easter egg hunt. So everybody in the neighborhood is putting up an Easter egg picture on their front door, and the neighborhood kids are to walk the neighborhood. So you're getting your exercise in, and they're walking the neighborhood, and it's kind of like a bingo card. They mark off where they see an Easter egg on the door. I love it.
That's so cool. I love that. And plus, you got to see all these people getting out with the sidewalk chalk art and writing things like Easter messages. And I saw some Easter eggs that are in
Yes.
some yards the other day just by when I was walking the dog. And I thought, oh, thank goodness. It feels so good to be normal. Feels
I
good.
love that. Yeah, in the midst of this being challenging, it's like there's so much stuff that's out of our control. But what is it that you can control? I can still control the fact that I can get dressed in the morning. I can control the fact that I can still participate in my service, though I'm at home. I can control the fact that, you know what, our arts and craft or the Easter egg hunt may look a little bit differently this year. Manage what you can control. And I think that helps to cut down on the overwhelm.
Absolutely. I want to get to some of the questions right now and just comments that we have on Facebook that are coming in. Annette Cheryl Brown says, just stay in your car or online worship. She also says, it's essentially smart to worship on Easter. God be with us all. Okay. Ralph Henderson says, isn't it an essential business for Easter?
Is it an essential business for Easter? I guess you could look at it like
I
that.
guess you could look at it like that. That'd be good. All right. I got one question for you. You work a lot with people and relationships and also families. What are some of the biggest challenges that have been brought to you so far?
I think the biggest challenge that's been brought to me, and I've even experienced, is extroverts are having a difficult time, Brian. We're used to being out with the people and hugging people and loving on people. I was in the grocery store before the final mandate came down here in South Carolina, and I saw one of my friends that was so excited to see, and I ran up to her and I stopped and I said, wait a second. We cannot touch each other. So we're giving each other air hugs. It's this whole thought of really, though we're socially disconnecting, finding new ways to stay connected. And one of the ways to stay connected is a lot of people, especially those who are single in the dating scene, and I even gave this suggestion to my husband, are doing this thing called virtual dating. Have you heard of this?
Well, Only because we have to now, and I'm hearing it from a lot of my single friends, a lot of them that work here at Fox 46, and the whole online dating thing is like, how does that happen when you're supposed to stay at home? But the virtual dating thing is you adapt, and so we're adapting.
It's really clever, and it's just like what it says. People meet for a date virtually. So they get on a Zoom, a Skype call, even FaceTime, and they plan their date and do it together virtually. There's really some cool ways people are doing it. So I've heard that people will order the same food or the same order from the same restaurant using DoorDash, have it delivered at the house at the same time, and they sit there eating the same meal, having a conversation. I've seen people gather, maybe they live in the same neighborhood, rooftop or patio, and they all come out on their patio on the front and they have a virtual date that way. There's museums now, virtual zoos, tours, music, concerts. And so people will gather that way, listen to the concert together as a way of connecting. Here's the thing that I also heard that's really been cool in this whole COVID-19 and being quarantined. For many singles, this has been a great opportunity because before COVID-19, it was a lot of communication was happening via text. But now people are really starting to take a look at their life and really realizing that, listen, COVID-19 is pretty serious and it's having you think about your life. So now they're like really want to get serious about making a love connection and connecting with people in real time. So it's really caused people to step up in the area of communicating beyond a text.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the positives out of this. I think later in life we'll all learn that there are some good things, silver linings that we've really learned out of whatever the relationships that we've had to go through or had to form out of this, because we're a lot more serious about the world, aren't we?
That's exactly right. And the singles that I've talked to about this say, they're seeing a spike in an interest in people who are really trying to make a connection, because could this be the end? Or it really starts to put things in perspective that I don't want to spend the rest of my life necessarily alone.
Yeah, well, we don't want to spend it alone. We want to celebrate and have a good time this weekend, especially for the Easter weekend, for all of you that are just wanting to hang out and have a good time. And I know, Rashonda, you will. We want to thank you so much for being here and joining us tonight on Fox 46 Now.
Glad to be here. And again, have a great birthday and a blessed weekend.
You too. Bless you too. And I'm so glad the alarm didn't go off.
Thanks.
All right, Rashonda Pratt, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we want to also thank you for joining us tonight on Fox 46 Now. For the latest on the coronavirus, just go to fox46charlotte.com or watch us tonight on Fox 46 News at 10 in about an hour and a half. Have a good night.